Talk a little bit about these Washington Redskins with Francis in Maryland. Francis, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'm good as can be expected outside of the sports realm.
Man, how y'all get here for 36 mil on the cap behind Albert Haynesworth?
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. All right, I already had to reevaluate, and I was at the bar on Friday, and it comes across Twitter, 3 first-round picks and a second. I'm looking at the holes in my team, and I'm like, okay, we haven't had a franchise quarterback since Heath Schuler. Is this justifiable? And the thing about it is, the whole time I've been saying, I don't want RG3 to come here because I like him so much. I don't want the stink of my team on him because I have no faith in Daniel Snyder and Mike Shanahan. So it's already really hard for me to so I'm trying to get hype. And then I'm like, all right, I know we got like $35 million in like cap space. We don't have any picks, but we got this cap space. And we the Redskins, we salary cap wizards. So that's like $50 million. Other teams only be able to make that, that might go smaller. But for us, we find ways to make it bigger. Cool. And then this comes today, and I'm just like, you know what, Lord? All right, I was at the seat. What was it? Was it because in January of '92, I was at the seat cushion game, and as we threw the pillows onto the field, we were joking and saying too legit to quit, and the football guys were like, oh, y'all took it too far, making fun of the Falcons. We just gonna curse y'all. I don't know what it is, because right now I'm trying to figure out, the owners opted out of the deal to get the uncapped year. If they did that and there are no rules, how do you go on the 2 franchises that are like the huge franchises? How do you go and say, oh, before when y'all were doing these salary cap tricks, it was cool during the cap years. But now y'all decide to say, okay, we're going to go ahead and take care of all this on the uncapped year. It's wrong. I can't. I was saying on Twitter, if Daniel Snyder and Jerry Jones don't go to the courthouse and file a stay by 5 p.m., I'm going to be really upset. And I haven't seen
let me tell you one thing. If there's anything I'd be willing to bet my house on, is that Jerry Jones will sue over this. And the biggest reason
the
NFL. The NFL's got a problem, which is it's obvious that this is collusion. Now, my understanding of the way that this deal worked was that the uncapped year and everything that led us to the lockout, the uncapped year was one of a handful of provisions that was in place to try to induce both sides to stay in the agreement. You know what I mean? You can't just have it where people jet it out. There need to be some penalty to jetting out. And one of the penalties was supposed to be the uncapped year. So what we effectively have here, from everything I'm hearing and everything I'm reading, we're having basically that the owners colluded to make the uncapped year a cap year. Now,
exactly.
I read that the players union went along with this. There was a bunch of reasons for this, but I'll tell you this: Al Davis is Jerry Jones's OG in this game, right? He has modeled a lot of what he's done after Al Davis, right? What did Al Davis love to do like nobody's business? Sue. He loved
and there's
to
no
sue.
reason. And the best thing about the NFL, the best thing about it is, that's hilarious, is the NFL changed the deadline from being midnight to 4 p.m. because it was all because of the Redskins. The grand irony of this. The Redskins used to be the king of flying somebody in, being there at 12:01. Now the Redskins have all day to get that stay. There's no way you can tell me that the Redskins won't be awarded and the Cowboys won't be awarded a stay on this ruling. Then what you do is, if I'm Daniel Snyder, he has more of an incentive than Jerry Jones now. We don't have first-round picks for the next 3 years. I'm going to get all the free agents I can get. All the free agents I can get. And then wrap it up for 5 years.
Yeah, because you're right, because a very important part of the Griffin trade, and it's impossible to evaluate the Griffin trade now, because an important part of the Griffin trade for the 3 first-round picks was that they were going to be able to spend money and get Vincent Jackson or get whoever else because they had oodles and oodles of cap room, right? Then the next day, that was Friday. That was Friday. It hadn't even been a full business day in your new world order, and you find out that y'all ain't got no picks. Now, what is interesting about this, though, it should be noted, is that this trade has not actually been done. Right?
True.
I mean,
true.
I don't know exactly how that part of it works, but if you're Schneider, I can't imagine all the phone calls you're making right now. You calling the lawyer, but you also calling the Rams. Like, hey, look, something came up, and, man, I'm going to need to hold on to those picks, man. No, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No. I disagree. If I'm Snyder, I say I do 2 phone calls. I'll be like, all right, y'all have already said that you're not taking Bill Cleveland's deal because we came to you first. So y'all have that ground to stand on. Then I'm going to go to Goodell and I'm going to say, look, 1, I'm suing your ass. 2, if you try in any way to talk to the Rams and stop this trade, not only am I suing the NFL league office, I'm coming after you personally. Because Goodell's now making it that he's going to have to stop the Redskins in some way. That's the only way. He can't like sit on this high horse and be like, you either give us the picks or you give us the salary cap space. If I'm Dan Snyder, I can get both. All I need is a stay. All I need is
hold on.
Time is 3:59. Get a stay.
Hold on, Francis. Peep gang. We got a statement from the Redskins. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Statement from the Redskins from Bruce Allen. The Washington Redskins have received no written documentation from the NFL concerning adjustments to the team's salary cap in 2012, as reported in various media outlets. Every contract entered into by the club during the applicable periods complied with the 2010 and 2011 collective bargaining agreements and, in fact, were approved by the NFL Commissioner's Office. We look forward to free agency, the draft, and the coming football season. That's rich people speak for what?
So...
Say it to me now. That's what that says. Say it to me now.
Basically, how are you going to tell me that if every year since 2000, the Redskins, people have wondered, how are the Redskins these salary cap geniuses? And all of a sudden, in the 1 year with no rules, you think the Redskins would be the one team caught up? And the Cowboys? Come on now. As a Redskins fan, that's the one thing I could rely on. I knew that we wouldn't draft well, we would pay overpriced for free agents, but somehow, some way, we would be able to get the cap where we could go ahead and do all these things. And you're going to tell me in the 1 year with no rules that can't happen?
But here's the thing. There's no rules. There's no rules.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So I understand that apparently there were provisions in place such that, you know, you wanted to stop teams from just getting completely off like the 09 cap and dumping everything on the 2010 cap. And I think that that's a legitimate argument for the league to make. But the problem is Jerry Jones and Daniel Snyder. Jerry Jones, I think, more so than Snyder. But Jerry Jones is like, look, if there ain't no rules, there ain't no rules. And if y'all want to go to court about it, we can do it.